Okay, hey there everyone, Maury here again for today's challenge. Today we're gonna do a little bit different. Today we're gonna be writing a waltz in a minor key. I think this is a pretty fun challenge. I personally like waltzes. I think they're pretty easy to write for, and it's just a cool, I guess, cool style to write in. So here's our objective: just write a waltz using a minor scale. Since it's a minor scale, try making it sound bright if possible in 16 bars. So we have this association with minor scales that they tend to be a little bit darker, a little bit sadder. Not always the case. As a composer, you realize that each scale has its defining features, but you can manipulate them to make them more suited for more what you want. And sometimes these things create really cool, what do you call them? These really cool complex emotions that you're able to invoke. But for today, let's if you're not up for the challenge to make it a bright sound, you can always just just keep it simple. Just write in a minor key. Parameters for today. Let's do something easy. Key of A minor, just basically the C scale, but starting on the A. Since it's a waltz, we'll do a 3/4 time. For those who are not familiar with the A minor scale or the A minor key, these are all the keys that are diatonic in that scale. These are all the notes diatonic in that scale. And our form, same as always. A prime, B, A prime. But it can be changed. It's a good structure to have. Just anything that takes up 16 bars or more if you want. Let's go to MuseScore really quick, where I'm going to write it. It's going to be in a piano. Alright, set things up here. Thinking about the minor scale. I think I'm going to start this one up with the chords as well. Let's think about all the chords and chord qualities that A minor has really quick. I'm going to start listing them off, but if you want a better explanation, you can always look this up on YouTube videos, or I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys took music theory 2-1 at this point, so it's a little reminder. So some of the diatonic chords in the minor scale are 1 minor, 2 diminished, 3 major, 4 minor, 5 minor, 6 major, and 7 major. A little bit different from our major scale. But sometimes 5 is raised up to a major, just because we really love that 5/1 cadence. This is really true for classical music, but it's also true in more popular contemporary music. Since I want this to be pretty happy, a good thing to do is just have a lot more of those major chords used than minor chords. So we'll start off with the tonic 1, and let's go up to, let's say, 6, and then let's go back down to 4, and let's go up to a 5, which is the raised third in the scale. Which has the raised third or the raised 7th in the scale, just because it sounds pretty cooler. And I'm seeing that there's 2 minor chords and 2 major chords. Let's change that. Let's actually have the 7th here. Okay, that's pretty good. Realize I wrote that wrong. It's supposed to be 6 major. Okay, looks good. I'm gonna copy and paste this. Let's repeat this again, because it's nice. Now here, start on the 6th chord, just because it sounds nice. 6/1. Let's repeat that. Let's make a little vamp out of that one. And then for the last one, we're gonna start on the 1 chord, but I'm gonna end on a 1. I'm going to actually do a piquete third, which just means we At the end, we just raise it up one. And then, let's see. Here's a little cool trick you can do. Let's see. 1. Actually, it started on dominant, it started on 5. What I'm gonna do, if you guys have studied anything video game related, you probably know this chord progression I'm writing. The 5 to 6 to 1, the 5 to 6 to 7 to 1 chord progression, or the 6 to 7 to 1 progression, also known as the Mario cadence, because in the famous classic Mario, the little the Mario main theme has this cadence all over the place, which popularized it. It's just a really fun cadence to sound. Once you hear, you'll probably recognize it really quick. Okay, let's quickly write some accompaniment. I'm gonna write this for a piano, so let's do that. And the thing about the waltz, it has the dum 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 dum. You kind of want that little bounciness towards it. Sorry, just correcting something really quick. So when you write an accompaniment for it, okay, pretty good, something pretty simple. Again, the cool thing about these things, just try, or a good tip for these things, when you're writing these accompaniments, just try to have pretty smooth voice leading, just because it really helps connect everything together. Let's see, B, D, F. That's not B, D, F. It's a 6, which is G. Sorry, I was still in the key of in the major key. See, the 6th chord of A would be F, which works fine with that. And then the 7. And then let's see, the 5th would be E. You can go down here. But since we raised the 3rd, which would be a G sharp. Let's take a sound, let's take a listen to. I think that's, yeah. Then we can just copy and paste this. Let's make sure you have everything. That's A, F, G, and then E dominance. That sounds about right. And I think I'm gonna make this a little faster just because I'm a little bit happier. Okay, pretty simple. And then for safety's sake, I'm just gonna copy and paste these ones. Because it's easier. let's listen again and let's try to think of a melody that might accompany this. And I want to say I'm sorry, I just realized that this should be an A. Again, I'm stuck in the key of, I mean not the key in major for too long, so I just corrected it. These should be A, not C. My bad. Okay, that sounds right. Okay, now let's write an accompaniment. And let's start on the 5th. Let's see, this one is 7. So I'm playing with this motif, the da 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 da. Okay. So we know this is a G, it'd be good. Da 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 da. Let's see. I like that for. I actually want to hold on to this. The scale back up. Okay. Let's copy and paste this one more time to repeat it. And this one, I'm going to continue the scale. Let's try something different. Da da da. Instead of a go. Let's hold that actually. Land on the roots of the 5th. Yeah, I like that one a little better. Then we go to the C section, B section, which is, just make sure it's a little bit different. We have an F. This one actually have a different. See, da 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 da. And then copy this and sequence it down to an F. And on a C, how does that sound like? Not exactly what I wanted. Da 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 da. I want it. Okay, it sounds pretty good to me. Now, here's the fun part. Trying to fit a little motivic idea that we have to this, but it's fine because since we're using the dominant, the 5, which is E major, this fits right perfectly into that. Same can be said for the 6 because it's one we've already been using. Now let's see how that sounds. Let's copy and pasting. Da da da. Down. And it should also be an A. Okay, so what makes this little Mario cadence, as they would call it, this is ascending bass line, the da 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 da, which has a very triumphant feel towards it, especially with the contrast in with this very oblique motion and going down to a contrary motion. Remember, this is supposed to be a pickety third. Very heroic finish. Let's quickly harmonize this really quick. I like to harmonize in thirds because it sounds pretty cool. And it fits well. Of course, you guys can do a strict harmonization within the chord if you want, but I like doing this. Should be sharp. Keep forgetting. Now for this one, let's harmonize. Let's see. Let's keep it. Do different harmonization. I try to avoid the 5th just because I don't really like too much the sound, but we can be a little more creative with our harmonizations, like for example here. Actually do since this all has G in common, do a little pedal right there. Here we G. This is an E to a 6. Little snaps. It's a little bit light harmonization, just so we can get that out there. Now here, let's actually do an octave. Again, we're gonna pedal the E. Okay, let's listen to it as a whole really quickly. So, yeah. So, waltz, honestly, it's not as bright as I would have hoped. I think just because the melody is very somber feeling. So, oh well. But hey, but still, in a in a minor key, we had one minor, and then we had 3 major chords. That was supposed to help us out with brightness, and I think it did. It's just, when writing in these minor keys, it's a little bit hard not to get that little somber feeling. And again, I really enjoyed this little Mario cadence we have at the end. It still has that heroic feeling towards it, especially when we end at the with a 1 major. Da, 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 da. A lot of video games, victory music has that little rundown. Well, that's everything for this challenge. I think I took too long explaining. Well, hope you guys have fun with this. Until next time.